Hello everyone and welcome to Best Side Cycling. This is another video in the Getting Ready to Ride series, and in this one we'll learn how to degrease and lubricate your chain. So this is all about taking care of your drivetrain that you have to do every now and then, especially here in the Pacific Northwest where it's rainy all the time. Your chain is going to accumulate a lot of gunk really fast. So this is something you want to do somewhat regularly. Not every other ride, but just after a while when you start to hear a lot more noises coming from down there, or you just notice physically a lot of gunk. This is some easy steps you can take, and the best part about the method I'm going to show you is it requires very few materials, and it's something you can do even like in an apartment or something. It's not a full clean through, but it definitely gets the job most of the way done. So the only few things you'll need before we zoom in how to do this is you'll of course need a degreaser. So I like using this speed one from the finish line, but really anything you can do. Next key part is you need a rag or t-shirt that can get dirty. I'll show what that's for, as well as just your favorite bike lubricant of choice. So here I have the Dumont High-Tech Dry Lubricant. So each one of these can depend on what use case you have, but these are my preferences. So let's go ahead and see what we do next. So we have the bike here, and we're going to start wanting to sort of clean up this chain a little bit. First thing you usually do before you do that is sort of clean up the bike, wash the bike. So do that as you please, use soap and water, but before you start on the work on the actual sort of chain and drive chain itself, make sure that it's dry. So you can take that rag that I earlier, just confirm that it's not wet while you're still working it, because that will mess up with the degreaser. So let's go ahead and get started. So really the main thing here is that you're gonna grab your degreaser and the rag, and to keep this really clean, what you're gonna do is actually spray the degreaser onto the rag itself, and then we're gonna drag the rag along the chain. So here I sprayed some, and then I'll give you guys a more zoomed in look. All right, so I just sprayed the degreaser onto the rag, and all I'm gonna do is I put the gear into the big ring so it's a bit closer to me, the chain, and then I just roll through it and just sort of hold up the rag towards the chain and just wipe off all the grime and dirt. So going through maybe a few times, just once or twice, you'll definitely get a lot of it. And yeah, you can already see all the gunk that it's getting here falling off the chain, so that's great. So after you go through that, you just want to do a quick check and make sure that the chain is dry before you try to lubricate it. So I just sort of go through with the other side through the chain just once really quick. And really, this is majority of it. When I first started doing this, like, you're tempted maybe just to spray the degreaser, but then the issue with that is that all the gunk that will fall off will fall around to the floor or whatnot. So really this method just keeps it all contained. My hands are still really clean, which I appreciate, and I didn't need to disassemble my bike. But if you are wanting for that full clean, really disassembling the bike, putting in tubs of degreaser is the way to go. So after you just go rub through and go through the chain there, next is the lubricant. So every time you use the degreaser, you want to follow up with some lubricant because you basically took that off. So the way I like to do it is basically for lubricant, it's an issue of just not too much, just as much as you need. So if you have too much lubricant, your chain tends to pick up extra things as it rides along, and it can be extra noisy as well. So it's usually a principle of when the chain is actually dried out, like from rain or something, or it's just been a while. So usually I like to work at the bottom here, and then you can just sort of pedal the bike backwards, and then just make sure to drop each link with just one drop or so. And then it only take a few rotations, as there aren't actually as many links as you think. And then once you go through all of those, you can just sort of run through it again, making sure to wipe off any excess lubricant with that spare rag again. And then after that, just roll through and make sure it's smoother than before. And here, yeah, I'm liking the sound of that, and I can definitely see that it's visibly a lot cleaner. And that was basically it. So very simple, doesn't take very long. My hands are still free of any chain grime, though that takes maybe a little bit of practice. And yeah, let me know what you think of that method and what you usually do to clean your bike. And as always, if you enjoyed it, please roll the like button and subscribe. Tons of Seattle content, cycling content coming your way soon. And see you in the next one.